Welcome to At the Nurse's Station, a podcast for everything except the patients. That wasn't it at all. Let's start that over. Take two. Welcome to At the Nurse's Station, a podcast for nurses about everything except the patients. You got Sam and I here again today. I'm super excited to talk to you. It's been like a week, not a long time, but I feel like a lot has happened in the last week. We had a holiday, we had work days, all the things. How's your week been?
It was good. Did I tell you last time we talked to you that like Saturday night that I worked with you and a handful and like two other nurses specifically was like the best shift that I've had?
I think so.
Forever. Yeah. I still feel like that was really fun. It's been good. I think I like only worked 2 shifts, which was amazing. I like dabbled in the adult ED a little bit, which was fun. I will say that I always have to take like my jacket off when I clock out after I'm on the adult side, because I feel like I smell like pee. Like for 4 hours, I feel like all I do is like change wet beds.
Yeah.
Of adult pee.
Last night on the Pete side, we had a room that you got a contact high when you walked in. I mean, the smell of marijuana was so strong that even after that family left, we could all smell it on each other. Like whoever had been in that room.
But that wasn't at all the reason why they were vomiting, right? Like we had to 100% find a different reason why they couldn't stop vomiting.
Oh no, it was a small child that was there for difficulty breathing.
Can't imagine.
I was having a hard time breathing when I came out too. So I think we got that diagnosis nailed down.
Okay, well, I have to ask you, how are you? Because that's a polite thing to do. And then I have something to tell you.
Oh, okay. I'm good. I worked the last couple days. I am tired today and it's really rainy, so I don't feel like doing anything. But I'm good. I had a couple really busy shifts at work. I feel like there's a super moon happening, I think today. But the last 2 days, I don't know, things were weird. Every single patient was seizing. Like we had half of our patients seizing in the ER. It was crazy.
And there's no Ativan, right? We're out of Ativan, IV Ativan.
Yeah, we were going straight to Keppra and Phenobarb and all the things. Okay. Yeah. These kids were a lot of seizures. So, but that was kind of fun. We were, I got to do all the fun things.
I heard. You
yeah.
didn't pass it off.
No, I didn't. I got to put an IO in a 2-year-old and we were intubating a 17-year-old and yeah.
It's a different.
They all made it. They all made it upstairs. So.
Oh, nice. Because PICU was like dying for patients over the weekend.
Yeah. So they got some now.
That'll do it for them. Okay. Well, since it's something that we talk about, I have a confession to make. In one foul swoop of a 12-hour shift, I managed to engage in 2 really sad nursing faux pas that I thought, since I make a big deal about it, I better tell you.
Okay.
That it happened. I 100% made a comment about my assignment and it got changed. And as I walked away, I was like, I kind of meant it joking, but then realized that the repercussions of like the sort of joking but not joking comment was that I actually ended up getting what I wanted as far as assignments go. So I was like, oh, that was not an ethical move. And then 2, at the end of my shift, I was tired. It was a really busy shift. Even though I had asked to be float, it didn't last. I told the nurse, like, it was crazy. And I was finally discharging people. And I was like, so that room, I already discharged. That room, I called report. They're going upstairs or have already gone. That room, we're just waiting for something. And room 4 is ready to discharge. So I'm just going to let you do that for me. And I know. And then I walked over because we were having like a little party and chit-chatted for a couple minutes and then left and realized, oh, I left at least one dirty room and a discharge that I really just didn't want to go back into. So I did text. I said, I apologized to the charge nurse, like right after I did it. And then I had to send this nurse a text message and was like, that was not my finest move. And I'm really sorry. That was not appropriate. And she didn't text me back. So,
I was actually going to say, and I bet they were all so gracious to you.
The charge nurse was like, yeah, that totally is, but you're actually right. This is better than what I had it. So, but the other nurse didn't text me back. And so it might just be that she's really tired and that she's working a lot, but it might also be that I need to bake her cookies or something. So
I don't think so. I think that leaving a discharge in a dirty room is that's not the worst of all things. But since we have been doing this podcast and people that we work with listen to it, I was in the break room the other day and our friend that watches sports was sitting there watching sports. And he's like, "Oh, do I need to get out of this chair for you?" And I was just like, "No, stop listening to my inner thoughts." And then my earbuds died. So I had like 5 minutes left of break and nobody was in there. And so I just was listening to my Netflix show on my phone and somebody walked in and I was like, "Oh no, don't listen to it well, without earbuds." So yeah, I feel like the universe is kind of showing us that all of our judgments get turned inward as well.
Yeah, and I think it's okay to have opinions and have standards as long as, we all know that we don't meet them sometimes, and that's, as long as you call it like you see it and the standard is kept, it's okay. But yeah, I was like, "Oh no, Kelly, I did both of them in just 12 hours, 15 to 03. I managed to do both of these things, but it was okay. It
Yeah.
was yeah. It was also a rough night, but okay, so we are squarely into the holiday season,
Yes.
and I feel like you and I probably do this very differently. So we talked about decorations. You decorate for Halloween and Christmas, which
Yeah.
seems reasonable.
Oh,
And
I
then
do have a follow-up question to that though, because I thought about it
oh,
today. Did we talk about when it's appropriate to start talking about Christmas or to
no,
start decorating for Christmas?
no.
Because the day after Halloween is not the correct answer. It's
Okay.
it's the day after Thanksgiving. Like, I am
Mm,
so tired of Christmas taking up 2 months of my life.
mm.
Um, it really frustrates me, and the fact that they were putting up or they're selling Christmas stuff before Halloween now is just too much.
There was like the Christmas stuff at like Home Depot was up a while ago, right?
Yeah,
Before, yeah.
before Halloween.
Hmm.
And I'm over that. I think most of the world is, but for some reason it still happens. So,
Don't force me to celebrate the birth of Christ outside of the month of December.
no, outside of like 2 weeks of
Okay.
December.
Okay.
Not even the month. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
okay if you decorate right after Thanksgiving. It's just too much. I feel like Christmas is a lot of pressure, especially on parents.
That is why, yeah, I mean, I agree, and kind of why we opt out in a large way from a lot of it. But
Yeah,
yeah. So do you not start listening to Christmas music until after Thanksgiving?
absolutely not.
Okay.
No, I'm not a big fan of Christmas music. I like Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Ugh,
That's like my jam.
so basic.
Oh
Ugh,
no, me and my mom went to a concert one time and like with the lights and the music and stuff, it was amazing. Um, and then I like soft Christmas music, like the kids' Christmas music. Nah.
you don't like the golden oldies Christmas music, like the Rat Pack?
I like it for a day. I
Okay.
don't like it for a season.
Okay. Okay. So I agree. Not until after Thanksgiving, that seems reasonable, but I will say, if we're going to keep it in that narrow time frame, when I go to church during Advent, I don't wanna sing a single other song other than a Christmas carol.
Mm.
Don't make me sing anything. If we only get, like, what, 4 Sundays of this, it needs to be all Christmas carols the whole time, and I get really testy when I have to sing a regular song that we can sing any time of the year,
Do you
but
protest and not sing? Do you not join in?
Sometimes I don't sing, but that's because like everyone else in our current church has a very high singing voice that um, I can't do that. And
Isn't
I'm
that the
also
worst when you're trying to like join in and there's either very high or very low? And so
Mhm.
I have to try and go low. And then sometimes I throw in a high note and I feel like whoever's sitting in front of me where my voice is projecting, I am sorry.
Like, technically speaking, it doesn't matter, but then it kind of does matter. And I'm also not allowed to clap if I'm standing next to my husband. So there's a lot of rules for me at church, Kelly, that maybe don't apply to everyone else.
Philip's not a clapper.
No, Philip's not a public worship kind of person in general, but no, he claps, but he says that I can't keep a rhythm. So I'm not allowed to clap, just me if I'm standing next to him. If the boys are between us, then I can, but not if I'm standing next to him.
I love that because when you said that, I literally pictured you like clapping, like off beat, and
Mhm.
everybody looking at you.
I can't tell. I don't feel like I'm off, but he says that I am, and I trust his musical intuition. But we are going to your church for the Messiah sing along, by the way.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, I got tickets. So, okay. So, you have opinions about when we're allowed to do Christmas. That's great. Because what I wanted to ask you too are like rules of hosting and being a guest. So, you're hosting a Christmas party at your house. What are some of the like social rules that you feel like need to be followed? Are there any?
Well, I do have a Christmas party every year at my house. I have a Halloween party and then I have a Christmas party. Um, and so, and our house has just been kind of nominated. It's not really central, but it's big enough to house everyone.
Yeah.
We have like a really big game room, is what we call it. Um, so we can have a lot of people and stuff like that. But I think that it has changed for me over the years. My mom actually just mentioned this at our Halloween party. She's like, "You are not as uptight as you usually are," because I
Oh,
have had to just let it go because I get really stressed out. People always say that they're going to come early and help, and no one ever shows up, and that really bothers me. So
oh,
if you say that you're going to come early to help out, help set up, then you need to show up because I have a list for you to do. And when you don't come, now that list has been put back on me and then it stresses me out. That's number one.
okay.
Um, my other thing is if you're invited, you need to RSVP and as quickly as possible because I have to plan out certain things.
I feel like you're more uptight on the inside than people give you credit for, Kelly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I think we're much more similar than people understand. It's just that I wear it on the outside and you
This
don't.
is all internal and it's boiling. And then once you walk through the door, it's like party time and I'm totally fun and everything's great. No stress. But yeah, I like RSVPs. Last minute cancellations bother me. I know that things come up. And that is one thing that I've had to let go of is I assume that at least 10%, 20% of the people that I invite are going to last minute cancel. So I've had to let that one go. But it still
Oh,
bothers me on the morning of when it's like, hey, we're not going to make it today, blah, 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 blah. Because I've put in a lot of time and a lot of money into this party because I usually buy a
yeah.
lot of food and drinks and decorations, just little things like the
Yeah.
tablecloths and the plates and napkins. And so that irks me a little bit.
It is sort of funny to hear you say that because I think a couple weeks ago you said that you very easily cancel your children's activities when you don't
Absolutely.
want to go.
Yeah. Yeah. This is not. And I cancel last minute as well on a lot of things, like canceling plans is great. Um, but when it's my party,
I see. I see. Okay. That's the
I
difference.
want the risk. Oh, this is kind of funny. So actually at work the other day, one of the girls' birthday was like on a Wednesday or Thursday. Anyways, they're like, "Do you want to meet us for brunch and mimosas or whatever on this day at 10 a.m.?" And I'm like, I'm going to be honest. I could say yes, but I'm not showing up for that. That was how I said no. I was like, I would love to say yes, but I know myself, and there's no way that I'm going to be showing up. So,
I'm
no,
gonna say the word yes, but I just need you to know that it's a lie.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So just tell me that in the first place. You're like, we would love to come. I'm going to say yes, but 90% chance we're going to cancel. I
oh,
respect that.
I am not a plan canceller. I feel horrible. I don't like to. If it is on if it's on my calendar, we do it.
Yeah.
That's how that works. So, yeah. But people don't come to help. I love coming. I love having a job at a party. I actually don't want to go to a party and just socialize. I would much rather go to a party and have the host tell me that I am in charge of whatever. Give me a task.
Like taking pictures,
No,
or
not that one. That would be a
because that's
terrible mistake.
that's what I like to assign people. I'm like, okay, I need you to be in charge of pictures and text them all to me at the end. And that's kind of fun because at the end of the party, I get all these pictures that I wasn't a part of.
That's a really cute idea. No, I want to be like in charge of making sure that the chips are always full or cleaning up the trash or doing the dishes. Something that,
Lame.
yes, something lame. Thank you so much. I went to a party last night, anyway, it doesn't matter what it was. But there was one other woman there and she was like sitting with her husband talking in like a different room. And then eventually both of us walked into the kitchen and looked at like the countertop full of wine bottles and different alcohols and then the table that had all of the food. And then it was kind of mixed up from there. And I was like, oh, I can't I can't do this. Actually, we need to fix this because the plates are with the wine, but the napkins are over here with the food. And then there's like brandy on the table, but then like nuts with the drinks. And so then I just fixed it all. And yeah.
I would love for you to come to any of my parties then because I would never ask anyone to have the job of cleaning up. I feel like that's the host's job.
Yeah,
So,
which is why I like to do it.
yeah, and I have had that experience where I'm like knees deep in the party and I come into the kitchen and usually like my mother-in-law or someone is starting the dishes and that's
Mhm.
really lovely because otherwise we just leave it till the next day and then we
Oh,
wake up in the
no.
morning and then clean
Oh, I don't
for
like going to bed
3
when the
hours.
house is dirty. I can't do it. Don't
Mm.
do it.
I usually have had enough
Yeah,
fun
fair.
that I don't have a problem going to bed house dirty, and then I wake up. My husband always wakes up before me, and he does, like, the sweep up, like,
Mm.
throws everything away, puts
Mhm.
everything in the kitchen that needs to be put away, that kinda stuff, and then I do more of, like, the cleaning, like scrubbing counters and stuff.
Okay, so your issues with your expectations of your guests when you're a host are mostly commitment related. As a host, though, are there things that you feel like these are the rules of hosting? These are things that I have to do because I'm a host. Maybe I'll answer this question first and then you can see where I'm going. My house has to be clean. I
Mm.
can't, like, I think that you can't host a party if your house isn't like basic levels of clean. I would say that. Um, and you have to adjust for like who people bring unless you say that it's a no kids party. I
Mhm.
think you have to be prepared to create entertainment for any aged child that shows up as a host. I feel like that's a requirement. And then this one is a question. What about dietary restrictions? As a host, do you feel like you are responsible for making
No.
sure there's no? Okay.
No, okay, so number 1, clean, I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I usually start cleaning, like, 2 days before a party,
Mhm.
and I go room to room. Now, our house is usually a mess. Like there's toys and stuff everywhere. So it's not going to be perfect, but things are kind of put into places that it will be vacuumed and mopped and dusted. The smell factor, I feel like, we have a lot of animals and a lot of kids, so our house doesn't always smell super fresh, but I feel like for a party, I try very hard
Oh,
to
yeah.
have a good smell,
Yeah.
whether that's like lighting candles, putting out air fresheners, whatever. The kids thing I also agree with because I would say only like a quarter of the people that we invite have children our age,
Mm.
but we usually set up like kid zone in the downstairs.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so like for our Halloween party, we put up a projector and we set it up so they could watch Halloween movies on the projector. I make sure that they have separate food
Mm.
unless I know that I'm personally making something that's going to be enough for the kids. I don't expect people that bring, we always do potluck style.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
don't want the kids to come up and just ravage the potluck unless I have provided enough to feed them,
Yeah.
or I'll order pizza separately.
Yeah.
And then what was the last question?
Dietary restrictions.
Dietary. Okay, so I should be gluten-free. I'm really bad at it. My cousin is gluten-free, dairy-free, and I don't provide that. I feel like if you have dietary restrictions, you should bring something that you're able to eat or eat before you go.
Yeah.
That's what I have had to do in the past. I would never expect people to make that for me. It is nice. Like I went to Thanksgiving at my mother-in-law's one time and she made me gluten-free stuffing and like all this separate stuff that was in no way expected,
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
what
I
do
think
you
it's
think?
hard. Well, we have friends that we've been having family dinners with forever. And I do go back and forth sometimes. I'm like, oh, this is really what I want to make. And I know that they're not going to let their kids eat it. And then I feel bad because it's not the kids' fault. But then I'm also like, "Ugh, but then it's not our fault." Anyway, so
I
it's
feel like
it's hard.
family dinner is different.
Oh, okay, okay. Then party. Okay.
Yeah,
Fair.
than 40 people at a party.
Oh, fair enough. Okay, that's true. I suppose if it was like 40 people, I probably would still try to do something, have an option there, but I don't know. I like people to feel like they're thought of. So, but
So
yeah.
how about on that note, how about food and drink? Do you expect people to bring their own, like bring food and drink to share?
You keep switching what we're talking about. I am
Well, that
talking
was
about the
food.
rules of the host, not the rules of the guest.
I thought we were just having a conversation.
Oh, well, I can't help it when no. Okay, so the guest. Yes, I think that there are rules of the guest too. I think that the number one thing is that and I have friends that are, like, habitually late, and I love them, and I love having doing stuff with them, and I love having dinners with them, and I've just learned to, like, expect it. But if I say that, like, you guys, "Okay, well, why don't we start at 5 or something like that? We'll eat at, like, 5:30 or whatever." Just know that my house is clean, food is ready. We are like everything. I am sitting down on the couch at 5 o'clock, reading a book or looking at my phone, waiting for you to be there because I have done literally everything because 5 o'clock is when I said 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
And you agreed to 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock is the time. So I do like, it's not my favorite thing when people are late. So,
Yeah. I usually in a party setting, I think that you have leeway.
okay.
Like if the
Okay.
party starts at 3, I think you have until 3:30. Those people that you know are always going to be late have until 4.
Okay.
And then the party really starts. So when I throw parties, I usually have like it's an activity. So at Halloween we do bunko, at Christmas we do a white elephant.
Yeah.
So the first hour I feel like is people arriving,
Mm,
people, loosening up, getting a drink, getting some food. And then an hour in is when we actually like kind of start whatever we're planning.
that makes sense.
But
That
if it's like a dinner or if it's like a group of three families or something like that, then yes, the time is the time.
The time is the time. Okay, so for a party, it's probably different. I can see that, and it definitely depends, like, how late you're gonna go. Like, I can't be at a New Year's Eve party at 5 o'clock. That won't do. That's not gonna work for me. If we're gonna do a New Year's Eve party, it can't start until, like, 9.
Unless you're doing like the New York City ball drop.
Yeah, the East Coast one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yes, but still. Okay, so as a guest, on time, I think, or, like, roughly a reasonable time, or tell them that you're gonna be late, I
Mhm.
guess, if it's a party. I do like to bring something just to take
Even
some of
if
the pressure
even
off.
if you're not asked to?
Well, I guess, like, last night, the thing that we went to, I didn't take anything, but that's because I knew it was kinda gonna be like a bro fest,
Mm.
and, um, yeah, and I knew that they would do whatever they wanted to do, so it wasn't really necessary. Um But generally, yeah, I like to bring just a little something to just say, like, how would you phrase it? Like, this isn't all on you, or I really appreciate everything that you're doing, or like, I just wanted to be like slightly helpful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I know I have a lot of people in my life that will bring a hostess gift,
oh,
and that I have I've never done that when I've gone to a party, but it's always really sweet, and it's like something small, like, "Here's this for hosting," and as a hostess, like, that's really appreciated.
I thought a hostess gift was when the host gave something.
I don't know.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know
Well,
what it's called then. A gift for the hostess.
I guess I've never done that specifically, like given a present. Just, I like just try to contribute. And then always, okay. So when sometimes we've had parties where people don't make their kids clean up.
Mm,
And I don't like that at all.
yeah.
I like, as a guest, my children will clean up literally whatever it was that they were playing with. And they'll probably clean up everything because I'm going to make them do that. And then I want us to clean up our stuff. So like I just pick up any trash that I find and like do any dishes that are reasonable to do. Or yeah.
I think that's a great idea. I don't think that we do that. Um,
Well,
we
okay.
go to our friend's house for, football parties, or, we do fantasy football, stuff like that, and the kids just run amok at their house, and there's just no there I don't know where I would start to tell them to clean up.
I mean, it is hard if the house that we're going to is already messy,
Yeah.
but it shouldn't be. That's my opinion. Should
Well,
already
yeah.
be cleaned up. Ah, and then no, I would never, no. Mm-mm. I mean, I will go down to wherever my children are and stand there and be like, and pick that up and put that away and put that away. And where does this go? And I just,
Yeah, I think honestly that would make me uncomfortable in my house if you did that.
why?
Because I don't want to make my guests feel like it's their responsibility to clean up. Like, if I'm hosting a party,
Yeah.
welcoming you into my house, I have no
Uh-huh.
expectation of you cleaning up for me. And the day after, when we're cleaning up, my children also clean up. So if they had children downstairs, Halloween was perfect example. They had a couple of friends down here. I came down and they had eaten almost the entire bowl of Halloween candy from trick or treating, like a giant bowl. And so there was soda cans and candy wrappers just covering the entire downstairs of my house. And that's then their responsibility.
That wouldn't irritate you though.
Mm,
Would that, I don't, we've had friends that have come over and like the kids have like wrecked the downstairs. And then my boys get irritated and they're like, well, we didn't get that out and we didn't play with that, or we asked them not to touch that, or da 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 da. And I'm like, well, like you were playing with them. They're your friends and they're only going to play with stuff the way that you play with them. So when the basement has been a mess, I don't know. I get frustrated. I'm like, is this how you treat our house? Like, this is what you think, like, you think it's okay to just like leave candy wrappers everywhere? And is this how you would behave at someone else's house? Cause I would kill you if you behaved like this at someone else's house. I don't know.
yeah, I think maybe
You
it's
know?
just like for me, it's just if it's a party, it's a party. Have as much fun as you want, and I'll clean up afterwards. Like
Me,
that's me as the hostess saying, "Welcome into my home. Go crazy, and I'll deal with it." Otherwise, I don't feel like you're being very welcoming.
mm. As a host, you can't lay out expectations to your guests, but as the host children, and the host mom, I very much tell my kids, like, you set the tone for what happens down here.
Mm,
And yeah, I don't
yeah,
know why you would behave like this. But at someone else's house, even okay, so I think it is different. Like if you came down and were like, boys, you don't have to clean all of that up, whatever, whatever. And they're like, no, 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 we really want to. At least let us like pick up some of the mess that we made. I think that that's the give and take of it, is like, yeah, they don't have to like clean your house, but it's different when people or a group of kids like just trash the house and then
Sure.
don't feel like they have any responsibility to clean it. That makes me mad.
Sure.
So, yeah. And I will say one time, oh no, of course you don't have to clean it up. We'll take care of it. And what I expect is for you to argue with me. Like I expect at least one, oh no, of course they can help clean up their mess. Like they helped make it. And they'll be like, oh, okay, no, if that's what you want them to do, that's totally fine. That's the polite interaction, Kelly. That's,
Okay.
yeah, that's how this should
Okay. All right. Noted.
That's the expectation here. Yeah,
And
like
if you come to my house and I say, no, really, you don't need to clean up, everything's fine. That's what I mean.
that's, oh, you mean what you say? There's like no subtext.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, no, no. That's not how we function over here in the Stiglater house. Just me, not saying what I mean and actually mean. Philip said the other day, anyway, it doesn't really matter. But yeah. So, okay. A host, guest, do you have a friends? Well, you have a Christmas party for friends, not for family.
Mhm. For friends
Are,
and family.
are the rules of engagement different with family for like Christmas or
Oh.
actual Thanksgiving?
Oh, so like not a party.
Not a
Yes.
party.
Yes. Well, okay. I took a very strong stance on Christmas
Oh,
when my boys were born. I grew up where we would do Christmas morning and then we always went to my aunt's house and then sometimes we would go to another house and I didn't like that. Like I
mhm,
wanted to just stay home and play with my toys. So, as the mom of the majority of children in the family,
mhm.
our house is basically open house on Christmas. Anybody,
Okay.
any family that wants to stop by, you're free to come in. My house will not be clean, and we will all be in pajamas, and you can just be a part of the day.
Do you have a big Christmas dinner or do you
I usually make one year I made a prime rib, which was amazing, but usually I'll make a ham. I always make Christmas breakfast. I'll make like a breakfast casserole. My mother-in-law usually comes and she brings monkey bread.
Mhm,
And then we have mimosas in the morning while the kids are doing their thing. And then we all just kind of chill in the middle of the day. And then usually
mhm.
my parents come over in the evening. I'll have a ham. We'll have like leftover breakfast casserole. We'll have like a couple things, but I really like Christmas to be low key, no stress. I do not want to stress about guests on Christmas. And I
Mm.
do not want to go anywhere on Christmas. So Christmas in my house is just we chill in our pajamas, people come and go. We play games, we play with our new stuff. We watch Christmas movies, and it's very fun.
It sounds lovely. I feel like we have the exact opposite, schedule for
Yeah.
this, but I didn't grow up, well, I mean, you heard a little bit about how, like, we grew up driving a little ways away, but yeah, once we started having the boys, all of a sudden it was like, I was either getting off of work Christmas morning or needing to go to work Christmas night, right? One of the 2 was how I know in our current unit, they divide it differently, but where I used to work, you always worked one or the other. You didn't have to work both, but you didn't get both off. Um, so then we would do Christmas morning with us, and then, like, either my parents would come over or we would go to their house, and then we would have to go to my in-laws' house, and we do so similar to you, though, we were like, "We're not we're not doing this," or we'd have to, like, run down to a different city that was, like, an hour away from where we grew up and go to this family's, and then service here and service there and lunch up in Springville, like, just all of the stuff that I don't wanna do. So we are also on the same train of, like, I don't run around. We don't do any of that, but I like having a big Christmas, either Christmas Eve or Christmas dinner, um, and then service on Christmas Eve night, like, we always go do that, but and then my boys don't get presents for Christmas.
What?
You knew this.
At all? I did
Yeah.
not know this. They don't get any presents?
Mm-mm.
Can I give them
No.
presents?
No, you may not.
Oh.
The grandmas are not allowed to give them presents. Grandpa's not allowed to give them presents. Nobody gives them presents. No.
You are the Grinch.
Okay.
Please tell me why.
Because one day, one Christmas day, we were sitting there in like the afternoon and there's toys and candy wrappers and everything all over my house. And the boys are sitting on the floor bickering over their stupid crap and arguing about this and that and bothering me if they can eat candy and just like generally ungrateful and horrible.
Mm.
After we'd spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And I was just like, no, I am over this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't like this. I feel bad that we spent so much money. And now I feel bad because you're acting like this. And I don't want to feel like this towards my children on Christmas. So we're just not going to do it.
How
So,
long ago was that?
probably like 5 years ago, six
Oh,
years
and it
ago.
just was that was it. How do your
Oh,
kids feel about that? I'm really concerned about your children. I wanna give them a hug and an Xbox.
they have an Xbox. So what we did instead of a present was they like get an experience. So we've gone to mostly we take them to like resorts
Mhm,
that have like a bunch of kids stuff to do. So we stay in the resort and then the grandparents both or either whatever will pay for the like extra packages.
mm.
So like all of the stuff that Philip and I would just never ever pay for, like all of the video games and arcades and extra activities and mini golf and this and that and like special restaurants or whatever.
Well, that's
So
fun. So you're not totally cruel. Um,
no, and they get stockings. So
okay.
there's like
Do
stupid crap in there.
you put oranges in your stocking?
No.
I don't even know what that's about. Isn't that what they do in England?
It's because it's like orange season, but we grew up, like Philip and I grew up in like the land of oranges. And so no, we don't put oranges in our stockings.
Well, I'm totally opposite. I spoil my kids rotten. I always spend way too much money, but I just like it. I like spoiling them one day, and I feel like my kids are grateful. I think that my husband and I are very open about finances in our house and how
Mhm.
much things cost and how long it takes me to work to make that money.
Hmm, okay.
Um, and so I feel like they know what they're asking for, and so when they get it, they are very grateful. Um,
Yeah, well, I just have spoiled rotten little snobs then, I guess, I don't know.
no, I mean there's moments, and there's always going to be the time where you buy presents and you didn't get the right thing, and they're kind of disappointed. But I feel like that's a good life lesson too, of
Yeah.
like learning humility and gratitude and
Yeah,
all
like
that.
a couple years ago, we didn't take them anywhere and we just redid their bedroom. So they got like this whole new bunk bed apparatus and I like redecorated their room and they got all new like blankets and stuff and dressers and like all sorts of stuff in there. That was all like a big surprise.
I think I
Um,
remember when you did that. Now, when you take them somewhere, is that like during Christmas season? Is it always right around Christmas?
yeah, it's usually in December at some point. So like the place that we go is usually decorated for Christmas and is all like Christmased out and they know that that's like their gift essentially for Christmas and then they get their like Philip and my it's really Philip and my mom like could not give up the stocking. So that was the concession that I made was like they can still have a stocking and you can put like toothpaste and underwear and socks and like little candies
Wow, they get toothpaste?
and
That's
toothbrushes. Yeah, that's when they get their new toothbrush. Shut up. You, you're being mean to me.
we just
Uh,
lived two very different lives. I love it.
yeah, yeah, that's when they get that.
Do they get a say in where they want to go?
No,
Okay.
no. This year they're getting something super secret and exciting. They are getting a present, technically.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
okay.
so
Um,
yeah.
2 years ago, we took the kids to Mexico as our
Oh
Christmas
yeah.
trip. And so they got a couple little presents. They each got like, I think 3, 4 little gifts under the tree. And then their big present was a suitcase. And
I was
I
gonna
put,
say, didn't you pick out luggage? I remember.
yeah, I picked out a carry-on suitcase for each of them, and it had swimsuits and a
Cute.
new towel and that kind of stuff in it. And that was really fun because they had no idea.
Oh, that is
And
fun.
we left, I think we flew out like 10 days later. So it was really very set, like
Like
they were
immediate.
very excited about that. Yeah.
I feel like there's too much. How would you say? There's too much freedom in just like buying presents and spending money. Philip and I are not responsible enough adults to manage that. That's why we had to take it away from us and our children. But then there's a lot of people that do that, what like something to wear, something to read, something to eat, something to be. I don't know. There's like a rhyme. Have you heard of this?
No.
Dang it. There's like, yes, there's like a thing that people like follow and they like buy a book, they get like some clothes, they get like one thing that their kid actually wants. And then I'm sure that there are people that are just like screaming this at me. I feel like that's too restrictive for me. I don't
Mhm.
like that either. I'm like, oh, there's too many rules. Oh, which leads me to I wanted to talk to you about that too. I think we're gonna run out of time today, but
That's okay. Go
um
for it.
what you made the comment the other day that like you had so many things to do and so you didn't do any of them because it was
Oh.
like too overwhelming. And I was really interested in that idea because I just thought that was well, as someone with an inner critic, I just thought that was me being like a failure and being lazy when I actually like have a lot because sometimes that happens to me. I like have this to-do list that I write it all out and I know that there are things that like I have to get done. Like there's this something that I have to respond to, this like packet that I have to study. I need to call this person. There's a couple of people like that right now. Um, like I need to go into the basement and do this and do that and blah, blah, blah. And then I look at that list and I'm like, actually, I just knowing that there's all of that to do
Mhm.
makes me so I don't overwhelmed seems like a dramatic word.
It's system shutdown. That's what
Yeah.
my body does. I'm like, nope. Like I'm just gonna turn off because I can't pick which one I want to do first. And once I start, then I have to keep going and it all just seems
Yeah.
overwhelming. So then I just don't want to do anything.
So this is a real thing that happens to other people.
Oh, for sure.
Oh, okay. So then what do you do to get out of it?
I think you just have to you have to pick one thing. Like
And
I
just
look at my list and I'm like, okay, laundry. Like maybe something that's like very um mundane, like I'm
mm,
gonna do this. And then I think once you check that first thing off your list, it gives you that little bit of dopamine, and
mm,
then it'll give you the stamina to get
the
half
other
your list
system.
done.
I feel like things that take like emotional input or intellectual input are the things that I rail against the most. Like I
Mhm.
don't want to call that family member and have whatever, even if it's not like a negative thing, it's just like I have to there's so much output or even with the podcast like sometimes it's like I have to go sit down and like be creative and that stresses me out.
Yeah.
And I'm like I can't do this if there's not like a step by step to just get it done. So then I just don't do anything. Then I watch Bones and I
Mm.
fall asleep.
Yeah, I usually watch, like, a true crime, or I play on my phone, or I watch Instagram reels and send them to my best friend. And
Mm.
then yeah, it's hard not to, like, get down on yourself, but I feel like the holidays brings that out a lot in me where I'm just like, "Oh my gosh, all of a sudden I need to do 10 things," and then it makes me not enjoy the holidays, so I'm trying not to do that.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, you brought that up and I was like, "Oh, this is like" but I never feel that way at work. That's why it's only at home that I feel like even if I have a million things to do at work, I'm like, "Okay, I'm just gonna do them one at a time and I'll knock them all
Well,
out."
I mean, that's what we're trained to do, right? It's just keep going. And so at home, it's easier to just not do anything because nobody's paying me, nobody's watching me, nobody really cares except me. So
That nobody's gonna hand me a clipboard with a checklist or a form that I have to fill out and say, "Do this."
yeah.
And then yeah.
Oh, one more thing for the holidays,
Okay.
Elf on the Shelf. Can everybody stop doing Elf on the Shelf? I'm guessing you don't do it. Oh
I
my
don't.
gosh. Oh, okay. I was like, if you do Elf on the Shelf, my
No,
brain's
sorry.
gonna
I looked
explode.
away because like I got an alert. My mom, so I did not do Elf on the Shelf, but then my mom bought it on clearance one year at Target and gave it to us the next year. And she 100% bought the Mexican Elf on the Shelf. So the elf that we do own is dark
Senior.
skinned.
Senior
Huh?
Elf.
Yeah,
Senior
which like
Elf.
isn't like a problem, except that we're not. And it's just kind of funny. I'm like,
Um,
Mom,
no, I have never done Elf on the Shelf.
okay.
And one year, I think it was 2 years ago, one of my kids came home crying from school because he was the only kid in the classroom that did not have an Elf on the Shelf. And
He didn't
I
just
was like,
lie and raise his hand.
no. Um, because I have told my children the Elf on the Shelf is stupid. You're supposed to move it every single day.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
I can't even remember to put $1 under the pillow when they lose a
Lose
tooth.
its tooth.
I'm not going to remember to move that elf every day and come up with creative things. Like if it was
Mhm.
a 1 day thing, sure. But every day, come on, people. That is an expectation you are putting on other parents that does not need to be there.
I have no arguments against or for Elf on the Shelf. I think it's just another like secular Christmas thing, so we don't engage in it like really anyway. So yeah, your face, that looks great. Um, but I would like to point out that I have the rap for being snobby and like holier than thou about things that people do that I don't like to do just because they're popular. But that is buried deep inside of you too. And I love it when it comes out sometimes because what I just heard was, I'm not going to do Elf on the Shelf because like everybody does Elf on the Shelf and it's just like not that cool.
Yeah, totally. It isn't cool.
And I'm okay with that. And I love it. And that's fine with me.
Okay, should we go into questions?
Yeah, we can.
Do you have some pulse check
Do a
questions?
pulse check. It's been sitting in my question thing for a while, and I'm not really sure if I want to ask it. So maybe I'll ask it, and then if
Okay.
we don't like it, you can edit it. Oh, I forgot about those. Dang it. I was watching St. Dennis Medical.
Oh, I love it. You
Me
could do
too.
a whole episode about St. Dennis Medical.
Oh, it was so I just like they're brilliant. I don't know how I even like AI'd if they have real like medical staff that do their script and the answer was no, they don't. But the question that I was going to ask you was what was your first kiss? How
Mm,
old were you and what would you have changed about it? But that
mm,
might be too much. So,
no, that's okay. Uh, like first real kiss, like tongue kiss?
oh, gross, Kelly, no.
Oh, because that was sixth grade.
Stop it. Oh my word.
My first kiss was in preschool.
Kelly.
I know, and I went to Christian school. Ooh, what? Okay,
Ugh.
I'm gonna tell you about my first real kiss.
Okay, great.
Um, his name was Chris. We were boyfriend girlfriend for like a year and a half.
This is the 6th grade
Yeah,
still?
yeah, like fifth through sixth grade. And then I had a Halloween party. What just ties right in. And it was like the first time we had like a party where it was like more not like little kid costumes. My younger cousin showed up and was dressed as a pumpkin, and we all made fun of her. One of those mean parties. I was a hippie, he was a soldier, and then we were playing Truth or Dare, and somebody dared us to French kiss for 30 seconds or something like that. And we were like all nervous. And then everybody was like, oh, they're not going to do it. And they started doing other stuff. And then he turned to me and we did it. Made
Kelly.
out in my parents' basement, sixth grade. What's up? I would,
What?
I would, and I wouldn't change a thing. It was great.
Okay. I okay. I
I
have
know
to
my
think.
eighth grade son, he has a
Touching my
girlfriend, and I
hair.
ask him all the time, I'm like, have you kissed her yet? And he's like, no. I'm just like, wow, you're behind the times, my boy.
Kelly, absolutely not. No.
Do you know what he said to me? It was so sweet. He's like, consent is important, mom. And I was like, consent
What?
is very important. You're right, son. but have you asked her if you could? And he's like, no.
Well, that's a lot of expectation. If she says yes,
Right.
then
I know.
then what's he gonna do?
Yeah.
Oh,
When was your first kiss?
I think my sophomore year of high school, maybe my I might have been a junior, almost a junior.
Okay.
Yeah, and I don't have any gory details to give, except it was on my front porch, and it was after a date. It was also with someone named Chris,
Oh,
and yeah, I know, I thought that was funny when you said that, and I remember it being nice,
yeah.
but,
Just a peck, though?
I feel like it. Maybe that was a little bit more than that. I can't remember the specific details of it.
Mm.
But then I feel like the first time Philip kissed me was also on my front porch, so I hope that I'm not getting these confused now. I know.
Better not. I remember when my husband first kissed me, and that is actually, like, my favorite first kiss ever.
Really?
Yeah, we went on a date. It was summer before his senior year and my junior year, and we went and saw Mickey Blue Eyes at
Oh,
the movie theater.
okay.
And he held my hand. He was very sweet. And then we were in his driveway because we went on a double date, and his friend and my friend went in one car, and I drove him home. And when we got in his driveway, he like leaned over and grabbed my chin and said, "Come here," and like pulled me to him. And then we kissed, and I was like in love.
Sold.
Yep, that was it. I was in love with Chad for the rest of my life.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
sweet.
I know.
You
Mickey Blue
offered to
Eyes.
be Huh?
Mickey Blue Eyes.
I don't know what that is, by the way.
It was with Hugh Grant, and
Oh,
he pretended to be an Italian mob guy with his British accent. It was pretty funny.
I do like Hugh Grant. You offered to be my last first kiss.
I did. I would
Yeah.
kiss you anytime. I'll be your
Mm.
first lesbian kiss and your last first kiss.
Oh, heaven help me.
You just let me know.
No.
Uh, okay. Here's a question for
Okay.
you. Do you or do you think it's okay to poop in front of your spouse?
Kelly. Ah, I don't think that it's, like, wrong and, like, it's inappropriate and line crossing if you do, but it's definitely there's, like, a vibe. Like, if you walk in and start talking to me and I'm, like, not talking to you, like, it's because I want you to go away,
Mm,
and
yeah.
that's I think that usually goes I think that's like a both ways just understanding, and also, I don't wanna be around. Like, I don't need to be
Yeah.
around for this. You're a grown up, you can do it all by yourself.
No, I actually 100% agree. I, um, I will pee in front of my husband anytime, but if I'm gonna poop, get out. And
Yeah,
if you are pooping, close the door and I will not come in,
and turn the fan on.
unless you yell and need toilet paper, and then I open the door and throw it at you. But some people, I think that they just do it whenever, and I'm just like, I think that's weird. So I was
I
just
feel like
curious.
for a while, it was like a thing on TV too, right? That was like,
Mhm.
"Oh, well, we're so comfortable, like, we do that in front of each other." I'm like, "Well, you
No.
don't have to. It's not required by any
Yeah,
stretch
I'm
of the
not coming in and brushing my teeth while you're sitting there. That's weird.
Yeah, I think maybe the only time it happened was having Ian, and
Mm,
that was, like, the first thing that happened, and then Ian came out,
yeah.
but there's nothing you can do about that. That's
Yeah.
just how it goes, so,
Yeah.
um, yeah, I think I don't do you have another I don't really have a lot of questions for you,
Oh, I
Kelly.
have a lot. Have you ever been fired from a job?
Yes, I
Yay! I wanted to find out.
Kelly, I would like to say no,
Yeah.
but that's not really the truth.
Do you
And
wanna talk about it?
Sure.
Was it a medical job?
No, it was from Sam's Club in college, and I think they only hired me for the season, and I didn't realize how, like, grown-up jobs worked and how you have to request time off and how in retail you don't get time off, so I was like, "Well, I'm not gonna be here because 'cause I'm going home for, like, my Christmas break from college," and they were like, "Well, you can't, you have shifts," and I was like, "No, like, I'm going home. I don't like" yeah. So anyway, once the holiday season was over, I got let go, but it was within my, like, 3-month
Mm,
probation period or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I showed up for my shift at Sam's Club, and then my really weird manager brought me into like the general manager's office, and they like had me sign this paper. And I will never forget, because then they said, and in 10 weeks, you're welcome to apply for any other Walmart Corporation job. I was like, why would I ever do that?
Right.
So
Thanks
anyway,
so much.
so yes, technically I've been fired for a job. This is really stressful talking about this, Kelly.
I'm so sorry.
Okay. No, that's the
It was
only
a long
one.
time ago.
What about you?
I kind of had the same experience, but uh, where I was kind of told that I didn't need to come back. So I was a bartender in college
I believe that.
in Butte, Montana, because you can be 18 and bartend in Montana.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't have to be of legal drinking age to bartend,
For
which is
it.
interesting.
Okay.
So I was in nursing school. I was bartending at this total dive bar. I was
Okay.
not very responsible. Shockingly, a 19, 20-year-old like redhead nursing student wasn't responsible to run a bar until close by herself.
Oh, yeah.
Um, Anyways, but one night I forgot to lock the back door, and like the police had to come because the alarm went off and all this stuff. And then I had probably done some other irresponsible things. I for sure had. Anyways, it was the same thing. It was right before Christmas break, and they knew I wasn't going to be there. And my manager, or the owner of the bar, she was like, "So I want you to take the next couple weeks that you're home and think about if you really want to work here, because you're going to need to like actually do a good job." And I just didn't go back. I was like, "Yeah, no, I'm okay."
You didn't like call her and were like, yeah, I thought about it, and I don't think this is
I
really going
think
to work for me.
I think there was some type of communication. But really the fact is I didn't want to go back and like have to face someone that thought I wasn't doing a good job, because that would hurt my little feelers. And I didn't want to have to like admit that I hadn't done a good job. So I just was like, that's fine. I don't need to work there anymore.
Kelly, we'll have to talk about that because we are like at time. But I think that is like a really okay. Well, I'm really sorry that you were put in a position like that. And that makes me very nervous for you as a 19-year-old.
Yeah.
Similar to the hypnotist story, I feel like the Lord was watching out for you because you
Oh,
could have.
my early 20s, girl, there is no reason why I should be alive. I should not be on this planet.
Oh man. But yeah, when you're young and someone like doesn't like you or something doesn't work out, you just kind of like peace out and
Yeah.
like don't come back because you don't want to deal with it. But like when you're a grown up, you like if you get in trouble for something at work, you have to like go back. And that's really hard.
It is really hard. And I feel like that's why, like the younger generations, it's really hard for them to learn those lessons because they haven't done it yet. Like they haven't had someone like tell them, you're doing a bad job and I need you to do better.
But would you have like I mean, I didn't have to go back to jobs like that where somebody
Right.
told me that. And like, I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I don't envy them that. So maybe I could be kinder about stuff. But there was some lab shenanigans that happened on my last shift. And I did kind of have to like say very sternly, like, this is not okay. And like, this is like, we don't do this. You
Mhm.
cannot do this. And anyway, I'm always amazed at people that can like bounce back from that really well and then like still have like a good rest of their shift, because I'm not that way. If my feelings are hurt at the beginning of the shift, they're hurt for the next 12 hours.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay, well, we're at time. I know you have to scoot. Right.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah.
Well, happy holidays, everybody. I think this will be posting right around Thanksgiving. So let us know what you have planned for the holidays.
And if you got fired from a job.
Oh, yeah.
And what it was.
Yeah, that'd be fun to talk about too.
All right. We'll see you next time at the nurse's station.
Bye.